It was 2011. I was working in Midtown and Buckhead in Atlanta. Both of my grandparents had just died. They partially raised me. I was very attached to my grandmother. If you're familiar with Atlanta and have been down the connector where 75 and 85 merge and go through the heart of the city, I was going south at rush hour. I had a panic attack. It was the first panic attack that I ever recall having, and I freaked out. And it was a long road to fix those panic attacks and anxiety. I attribute it to breath work, but it wasn't breath work that actually fixed the anxiety. It was breath work that showed me where the anxiety lived in me. And for years, my anxiety felt like bad weather, a thunderstorm just about. And everything that I tried was aimed directly at my thoughts, trying to control my thoughts. Like if I could just argue with my brain enough and convince it to shut up, the anxiety and panic attacks would stand down and stop. But that didn't work. I realized my anxiety wasn't a thought problem, it was a state problem. My nervous system, your nervous system, everybody's nervous system has a resting setting, a baseline, a base core state. In my setting, my baseline state was in a state of alarm 24/7. That sucks. My thoughts weren't causing the anxiety. My thoughts were narrating the anxiety in my head. So the breath is the one lever you have that you can actually grab with your hands and use. Not to calm down in the moment. And that's the biggest mistake that I see people pursuing breath work. They'll get anxious, they'll get on YouTube, they'll find a short box breathing or stress-related breathing video. They'll do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't immediately work magically and take it all away. And they say, oh, it doesn't work because you're going about it wrong. It's like exercise. You have to build the muscle. But breath work isn't to calm down in the moment, folks. That's the shallow version. That's your influencer YouTube guru talking. What happens when you get consistent? I mean, daily, repeated practice that moves the setting itself. And it took months and even years to get to where I am now. But man, who I am and how I feel is 180 degrees different. And look, I still have anxious days. I still feel stress. I still feel anxiety. All those things that is normal to feel. The goal isn't to suppress them. When you suppress them, they get caught in your body. And that's where physical illness comes from. That's where things like muscle knots in your back or tension in your body, things like that. That's the somatic aspect of your anxiety. I shifted my baseline state. So those storm systems that came through, they were not nearly as intense. It was like a little rain shower in the afternoon versus a fucking hurricane. And the storms just hit different now. You can't think your way out of a state you're holding. Your body always keeps score, and your body always tells the truth. But you can breathe your way into a different state. It just takes one breath, one practice session, and one day at a time.